aboard, for this stagecoach is about to move out. It is for everyone that has potential.
Come on out and tune in to these different topics that we be sharing every day.
Well, good morning once again, AC Fun Time, and we're at MUSC once again, and we're with Dr. Richard.
Hold tight, hold tight. That's about cancer research. We're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about some of the things that's going on in the family that's causing us to have different opinions. Before we do that, we're going to get James Brown to come up in here. Like James Brown say, we're going to get on the good foot first. Brother Godfrey, Brother Ed, and all of the other kings and queenettes. Y'all join in, back me up. But y'all listen first and repeat after me. And then after I say it, then each one of you come in and say your name and repeat the small verse. And then when we all get through it, you know who you are. Everyone that has a show on Grown Folks Talking Now. Okay? Because we're going to express ourselves. Now, here we go. As James Brown said, we're going to get a little bit over here now. And we're going to get a little bit over here now. And we're all going to get together. And we're going to get on the good foot. Are you with me? Here we go. Grown folks talking now. Grown folk talking now. All right, Brother Godfrey, Brother Ed, all of the other members, join in. Say your name first, and then do that small verse. Grown folks talking now. Grown folks talking now. And then on the end, together we'll say, all you've got to do is just express yourself. And then we're ready to go. Can we do it? Here I go. Grown folks talking now. Grown folks talking now. Come on, Brother Forrest. Grown folks talking now. Mama Cream, Mother Hassana. I'm at Thai Town. Mother Hassan. Grown folks talking now. Come on, Brother Godfrey. Grown folks talking now. All right, you got it. All right, y'all doing good. All right, here we go. Now, what we're going to talk about today is some of the things that we are having different opinion. Some people feels like it's more important to be a tight family connected. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But some people feel like it's more important for that family to get together with the other families in the community and have a tight community where we build a fence around the community where we are all, like James Brown said, on one accord. Then the oppressors cannot come and pick us off one by one. Because if we are just connected as a family, the oppressor has the opportunity to come in and, like they've been doing for years, programming. And I'm not going to say, some people feel, that's another thing we're going to talk about. Some people feel like we have not been programmed. But let's just keep talking here. If we are just connected as a family, the oppressor could come in, program one of the families, then they started picking us off one by one. But if we come together as a community, we are tight. They cannot touch us because we build a fence around our community. Like last week's show, the brother said on the show, everybody could come to America. They got their own little community. You go into their community, and they got a fence built around them and their community. But find one black town and go in there and find that community where everybody knows everybody and they're on one accord. We used to laugh and talk about the foreigners coming here and 15 of them sleeping in one house. But now they own the whole block. Not so funny now, right? So why can't we do that? We are the original people. We are the first ones here. Why aren't we doing that? Now, the next thing we're going to talk about that's causing a little confusion. Some people feels like we don't have a problem. We're good to go. They are saying, why do some people keep poisoning other people's mind, telling them that we got a problem? That's negative talk that they say. They say we don't have a problem. But the other side says we do have a problem. We have a problem because we aren't on one accord, such as our ancestors. Some of us are territorial. Some of us are believing what we were told, and we are not living the life of abundance for our birthrights. I don't know. Sometimes I get confused, and I want to say, both of these sides have a point to some extent. Because if you're going to speak negative, and if you're going to manifest, then you have to think positive. You have to speak positive. And as it says in the scriptures, the book that you read, and we'll talk about that later, as a man thinketh, so is he. But also, if you turn the page, it says, faith without works is dead. So if we say we don't have a problem, and we don't talk about the things that could be causing us to not have our birthrights, and some of the people that's sleeping and don't know the facts and believing what they were told, should we leave them behind by not educating them? And remember, like I've always said, we weren't taught to be educated. We were what you call edumacated. Edumacation. And I call that, we were taught to stand on the edge of the occasion, but we weren't allowed to come to the table to get the facts of what's really going on. I interpret that as edge of the occasion, edumacation. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is some people, a lot of us, have got problems from childhood. Things that took place in our early life that we are still reliving. And we don't realize that it's affecting our lives today. And we don't realize it. Some of us have drowned ourselves in certain things to not face what's really bothering us. What's our real problem? And we are afraid to address those things. But my understanding, this is the author talking now, AC, this is my opinion. If you don't go through the fire, you cannot heal. You have to face whatever happened. If you go to a psychiatrist or a counselor, that's what they do. They help you to go through what happened so you can heal and move on with your life. And this is what I've always said. How do you expect to learn to swim if you don't get in the water? How do you expect to learn to read if you don't pick up a book? How do you expect to learn to communicate effectively if you don't communicate? How do you expect to be a community if you don't forgive? You may not forget, but if you don't forgive the brother or the sister that offended you, you did things that wasn't all good and dandy. I know I'm guilty. I've done a lot of things to offend my brothers and my sisters, but I'm not that person now. I've forgiven myself. I've moved on. And if they've got a problem with me, that's their problem. I'm not going to carry their burden into my life. I'm moving on. I'm a new man with a new mind. And I'm not looking back to what I did and how I offend them. I have gone to a lot of my family and friends, and I've asked them, do I need to repent for anything? If I did, I'm ready to repent so we can move on together. But let me do a little small story for you. I once visualized in my mind, this man came through the airport and everybody was standing in line. The line was crowded and everybody was waiting to get in line to get their tickets. And this man came and ran past everybody. And the guard stopped him and said, hey, sir, where you going? He said, I'm in a hurry. She said, well, everybody in this line is in a hurry. So what makes you think that you can run by He said, do you know who I am? And she took him serious. She thought he meant what he said. So she figured she would help him out. She picked up the mic and she says, may I have your attention, please? This man is lost and he don't know who he is. Does anyone here know him, can help him? And my question today is, how many of us today are looking for other people to tell us who we are? Because we don't know who we are. We don't know why we're here. And we don't know what we should be doing. And we are living yesterday's life. And we have not decided to jump in the water to learn how to swim and find out does God have in store for us. Many of us are standing at the door. The door is wide open. And we are looking for a key to get in. And let me tell you another little short story, and I'm going to move out of here. We went to those people's school. It wasn't our school. It was their school. And my question is, if all you knew is what they taught you, and what they taught you is all you know, tell me something. What do you really know? What do you really know? I dropped the mic. We're going to talk about some of these things on Grown Folks Talking. It's every Saturday. And the bottom line is, the show is all about on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm the host, AC. And my question is always, we're going to talk about consequence or benefits. And the question is always, which do you prefer? The consequence or the benefits? It's your choice. That's every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the phone number to call in is 520-525-8633. And like I always say, in order to know what's going on, you've just got to be there. And I'll see you there.